What's good? Welcome to the Dana Cortez show. Well, actually, it's your Zoom. What am I saying?
Thank you.
Thank you for joining us today, Powfu. How has your day gone so far? I heard you got a bit of good news about 10, 15 minutes ago. You want to share that with us?
Yeah, apparently Deathbed is being used on the new Dunkin' Donuts commercial, so that's pretty
Oh, let's go.
Congratulations,
Nice.
man. That
Thank
check's
you.
going to look real nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. We just actually talked. We do a job fair every day. You know, there's a lot of people out of work, and Dunkin' is actually hiring a lot of people. So I'm glad that they partnered with you, and they're actually hiring. I think it was 15,000 people that they're looking to employ right now. So you partnered yourself with a good company. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Hey Dana, we didn't even do a Ric Flair woo. How are we like?
Oh, let's do it. Go ahead, Anthony. Let's tell Powfu how we do it.
All right, Powfu. So before we kick off, hey, what's up, man? My name's Anthony. First and foremost.
Nice to meet you.
Before we kick off any interview on the Dana Cortez show, we like to do a Ric Flair woo to kind of break the ice. Are you with that?
Let's do it.
All right. So on the count of three, we're gonna do a Ric Flair woo, and this is the first woo we've done on Zoom. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Woo!
Woo! I think that was really bad.
I think I messed it up.
Zoom, so what
I
can we
messed it
say?
up. I messed it up. That was my bad, Pat. That was my fault, guys. A little rusty on the woos.
That's okay. I think we got the energy going. So I want to start off by you know, you're asking you, first of all, you're from Canada. Let me say something real quick. Never thought, 10 years ago that we'd be saying the biggest artist in hip hop is from Canada. But here we are more than a decade later, and that's true. Drake, probably the most successful hip hop artist of all time. We literally are watching history. Do you know Drake? What did his success mean to you as a Canadian musician? I mean, you're 21 now. And would you want to work with Aubrey Graham?
I mean, that's super cool that a Canadian artist is like leading hip hop. But to be honest, I don't listen to Drake that often. Like, I think he's super talented, and like growing up, yeah, I don't know. I didn't really care if people were Canadian artists or not. I would just listen to music. And who was the other artist you said? Aubrey Graham?
Well, that's Drake.
Drake.
Oh, I love it.
I didn't know that.
No, that's fine. So who were you listening to, though, then? That's an important, I think that's
I mean, I listened to Justin Bieber more than Drake when I was younger, and he's like a Canadian artist too. Yeah.
I mean, he's the Canadian artist.
Yeah.
I mean, come on,
it.
Bieber the God.
Oh,
dude.
Anthony, you think Justin is bigger than Drake?
Yeah, I believe so.
He is.
I believe so. Powfu, I got a question about your what's a Pig of Pluto? Where does that come from right now, bro?
That's like my gamer tag I've had for years.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah, yeah, I didn't even realize that it showed up, but everybody's been telling me about it.
That's funny, man. Yeah, so they just told us that you guys will be using the song for the Dunkin' spot, correct? The Dunkin' Donuts commercial?
Yep.
I wanted to reference one of your lines in there on the second verse where you're talking about, I'm so happy that I'm here with you. I'm sorry if I tear up. Talk about you're so happy to be around her that you get tearful. So my question to you is, and it's not deep, it's not a deep thing, but before that moment, when was the time you said you hadn't cried in like 3 years? Is that?
I don't know, it was a long time.
What did you cry for? Is what I want to know before.
Like you're saying before the relationship. What was the last thing?
Yeah.
I was the one time I remember I was watching like a show about like adoption, and my younger brother, like we adopted him, and it was like the show was about like adopted kids who like never met their parents, and like this girl like met her blood parents for the first time. I was just like thinking of like my little brother, and I got teary-eyed.
Yeah. Okay. So you're younger. So you're an older brother to an adopted younger brother. For any older sibling out there, I mean, how was that for you taking that in, like as a young man? How was that?
It was awesome. It was really good. I mean, I know a lot of people are scared about adoption and stuff, but like, I don't know, if you're a good family, and like you treat them with love, then it'll go good.
And your younger brother now, as you guys are adults, have a good relationship?
Yeah, he's like 12 now, so he's still pretty young. He's in elementary school and stuff, but yeah, he looks up to me quite a bit.
Dope, man.
I love that you embrace those emotions like that, right? We were just talking about that as men. Sometimes I think that men have a hard time embracing emotion or expressing emotion even. It's seen as weakness when in actuality, it's a strength to be able to express yourself.
Yeah, that's good. I mean, if you don't want to express it, it means you're kind of scared, you know?
Exactly.
Mm.
Let it out. Don't be afraid to say what you're feeling or what you're thinking. I mean, that in itself is going to create a stronger relationship. How long have you been with your girl?
Like a year and a few months now.
Oh, so this is serious.
Yeah.
You live with her?
No, waiting for
Okay.
marriage.
Oh,
Are you really waiting for marriage?
Oh,
Yeah.
that's right.
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
love
So,
that.
Powfu, I am somebody who's known about your song for a very long time. My daughter actually showed me the song a long time ago. And from the time that she showed it to me to the time that it's popped off, it's been a very long time.
Mm-hmm.
What was that whole process like from when you first put the song on the internet to now it's becoming like hundreds of billion streams at this point?
It was a long process, and there's ups and downs, but yeah, I was just like staying hopeful throughout the whole thing, and it paid off. So
Released the song as a single, as an artist that was signed to a label, or were you signed because of the song?
I was signed because of the song.
And how
Did
many?
you
Did
ever-
you have any releases before that song?
Yeah, I have a bunch of songs out like before Deathbed.
Okay, see, so like that's what I was gonna say. Like, as somebody who doesn't know a whole lot about you, what would you want the people to know about you from this point moving forward?
I mean, I got more songs than Deathbed. I mean, like a lot of people know the song Deathbed. Like you can sing the hook, everybody knows it, you know. But it's like nobody knows the artist, which kind of sucks. But hopefully that changes.
What are you gonna do to change that then?
I mean, keep putting out music and hopefully get more songs to pop off.
Also, I mean, doing things like this, right? We don't know you. So the thing that I was thinking though is that you said it was hard in between there. You have a lot more music, but that's why you're doing things like this, right? So that you can introduce yourself to this new audience. Because of course TikTok is big and the billion views are big. But to be honest, I didn't know anything that, you know, before Deathbed. Now I'm gonna go search your music. Like as soon as we're done with this, that's what I'm gonna go do is listen to more Powfu.
That's good. That's good. Yeah, it's weird. It's also another weird thing that happened is like Deathbed started blowing up as soon as Corona hit, so it's like I wasn't able to like tour, you know, and start playing shows for people.
Oh man.
man, that's tough as an artist. I can imagine.
Yeah, I mean, it's like I've never played shows before. I've been making music for like a few years now, so it's like I'm used to just staying at home making music. So it's not that bad for me, but it's yeah, I'm excited to go play concerts though.
So you
Would you
haven't
never-
done any concerts at all at this point?
I've played one show, but that was like before I was big, so there's only like I don't know, it wasn't too many people there.
When it comes to live performances, who are some musicians that you look up to? Then,
For live performances,
yeah.
I mean, I just love the like underground community, like X and stuff. Like I'll watch like video clips of like his concerts, and I always think those look like crazy, you know. Basically, just like the venues. Like I love venue shows, you know, where like the crowd is like jam packed together and they're all just vibing.
Gotcha.
So, yeah.
100%. I mean, it's just interesting because today is Kendrick Lamar's birthday, and we're talking about he's one of the greatest live performers we've ever seen.
That's
And
cool.
speaking of another group of live performers, Blink 182.
Yeah.
How did that relation come about for the Deathbed remix?
The label was asking me if there's anybody I wanted to work with, and Blink was like at the top of my list. So I was telling them Blink, and then they made it happen.
What puts Blink at the top of your list, bro?
I listen to them like all the time, like in my car. I'll just jam out to Blink, and yeah, I don't know. They're like my favorite punk band. So like I listen to like a lot of punk rock music. So it's like, yeah, I just really want to work with them.
It's funny because I asked about Drake and you said you don't really listen to Drake. You listen to more Justin Bieber, but I see something happening that hasn't happened in a long time. And I think Automatic, he's our DJ on the show. There's this movement right now between like kind of an alternative sound, which is what in hip hop coming back together, you know, pop and this punk kind of sound. At the beginning of hip hop, that's what it was. It was a punk underground mesh. And I feel like that's coming full circle, especially when you talk about your influences and what you listen to. I don't know, Automatic, if you can agree to that, but that's the way I feel like music is really going. And it's been moving that way slowly for a while now.
That's interesting.
Yeah, I don't agree with that, but
I do. I see what G-Eazy's doing. I see like that. He just talked about, you know, Triple X, you get Lil Uzi Vert. There's a different sound from these artists and Powfu than something we've heard in a while.
well, that see,
It just is.
I get what you're saying now. Powfu, how would you classify yourself? Because I mean, Deathbed's being played on hip hop stations, it's being played on pop stations. It's but what would you classify yourself? Like, what kind of artist would you say you are?
I mean, I feel like I have quite a few different styles. Like I have like, I don't know, like Deathbed is like a lo-fi hip hop song, I'd say, which is kind of what like started my career. Like I have a lot of those songs, but I also have like punk rock-ish songs that are like acoustic and like electric guitar and stuff, you know. I don't know. I feel like I'm just like I just say I'm a lo-fi artist. Like I sing and I rap and I got hype songs and slow songs. So.
Well, I'm very much looking forward to more of what you have to offer, because if Deathbed is just a taste of what, you know, you do, I'm very curious. I'm going to go take a listen and do some streaming today, and hopefully more people will do. What's your message to all the support you've had? Because for anybody who's watching this, you know, it's like, oh, overnight. This is not an overnight game. You've been working on this for a minute. What's your message to your fans right now?
I mean, I'm just very thankful, and yeah, it's awesome that we came this far. So I'm just thankful, and God bless all of them.
Thank you so much for taking this time.
I just gotta say one more thing. Is your mom gonna be upset that you didn't make your bed today because you're? Do you live at home still?
Yeah.
That's what I figured.
My mom told me yesterday, actually, she was like, every interview I've seen you do, your bed isn't made in the back.
You know, Mama's gonna be mad today, man. Mama's gonna be mad. Oh my God. All right, thank you for your time. You know, let's do this again. Hopefully next time we can do it in person. You can come into our studio and not on a Zoom with your messy bed.
Can we try the 2 claps and a Ric Flair one more time?
You want? Oh, you feel like a failure, don't you, Anthony?
Yeah, we've never done it like that. We can't end on a bad note, okay? So on the count of 3.
Okay, so let's end.
Powfu, it's 2 claps and a Ric Flair on the count of 3, okay?
Okay.
2 claps. That was my fault, guys. My fault, everybody.
All right,
all right, here we go. DCS, pick a Pluto, 2 claps and a Ric Flair on 3. 3, 2, 1.
Woo! There you go. Powfu, best of luck. Hopefully we'll get to do this in person very soon. Thank you so much for your time.
That's good. Nice meeting all of you. Have a great day.
Nice to meet you too.
Best of luck.
Bye.